100 pages of story about Nielsen and about 5,000 pages of Usagi story that I've written. So yes, I do prefer Usagi a bit more than Nielsen. So I submitted an 8-page Nielsen ground thumpers story to Steve. He published it in Albedo #2. And then later he said, what else do you have? And I did Usagi. And I've been doing Usagi for the last 25 years. So. Usagi was first published by Thoughts and Images by Steve, and then it went over to Fantagraphics books. After a while, it seemed that a lot of the Fantagraphics all ages comics were being dropped, and more mature titles were being published. So I took the series from Fantagraphics over to Mirage Studios or Mirage Publishing, and they created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is also the 25th anniversary of the Ninja Turtles this year, so we're celebrating that. And after a while, the state of the comic book industry and also Mirage has suffered some terrible storm damage throughout winter's fall. They didn't realize that during the winter that essentially they had no roof, or it had become damaged, and when spring thaw came, the entire top floor, including all their computing equipment, were wiped out. So they decided to get out of the comic book publishing department, and they gave me 8 months notice to find a new publisher. I sent out 7 letters to various publishers and got back 11 requests saying, yes, we'd like to publish Usagi. So that was nice. Dark Horse was at the top of my list because, first of all, Diana Schultz, I had worked with her with the Kamiko for a short story, and she had a great reputation, and so did Dark Horse. And they said as soon as the last Mirage issue came out, we could get the new Usagi series started the very next month. And sure enough, when the last, I guess it was Mirage #16 came out. The very next month, we started off with the Space Usagi series, a 3-issue Space Usagi series. The first issue came out the very next month, so I was very, very glad for it. It was, so I didn't have a break in my income there. Anyway, and I've been with Dark Horse for 14 years. Since 96, so long time. And there are currently, let's see, the 23rd trade paperback, Usagi Yojimbo trade paperback came out earlier this month. There's also a Space Usagi collection. So there are 24 volumes of my collected work. And I think they're all in print. If not all, then a vast majority of them are in print. And what's neat, well, Fantagraphics publishes my first 7 trades, and Dark Horse publishes the rest. And I'm grateful for both publishers because they have kept the series, all the books, in print. When one falls out of print, it gets reprinted within a year or so, a year, maybe 2 years at the very most. So I'm very grateful for my publishers. So it's one way that we've supported all the artists, especially myself. Any questions so far about Usagi's history? Yes.
One of your trademarks is when a character dies, you have the skull there instead of like having to go or whatever.
Right.
How did you develop that style? Why did you choose that?
Well, he mentioned about the when a lot of my characters die. They have these little skulls above their heads. And that came about because I thought it was neat. Basically, and also too, it softens the, Usagi is not exactly an all ages book, but it covers a wide range of readership. So a lot of people like it. And it kind of softens death. And when you talk about Usagi and the samurai culture, there is a lot of death in my stories. But still, you know, it does soften it a bit. And, you know, I've been doing this for 25 years. It's received numerous awards, including things from parents groups. Like I received a parents